The St. Lawrence Seaway is a system of rivers, canals, and channels connecting Canada, the United States, and the Atlantic Ocean. The seaway has had a major economic impact on the United States and Canada. The reason for its construction was the discovery in Quebec. The seaway is not a continuous canal. The St. Lawrence River section of the network consists of several stretches of navigable channels within the river. The project aimed to improve navigation and generate hydroelectric power, reflecting the economic interdependence and cooperation between the two countries during the post-World War II era. The project required the labor of 22,000 workers, the removal of 210 million cubic yards of earth and rock, and the pouring of more than 6 million cubic yards of concrete. It was a transformative achievement comparable in scale. Beyond its economic significance, the seaway also stands as a triumph of engineering and international cooperation. The complex system of locks, channels, and hydropower stations required careful coordination between the U.S. and Canada. The project's main components are the 15 locks that overcome an elevation difference of 168 meters between Montreal and Lake Erie. The waterway is approximately 370 miles long. The Seaway project was one of the largest civil engineering feats ever undertaken. Construction began in the summer of 1954 and took nearly 5 years to complete. Over its course, the project employed some 22,000 workers. Tired of waiting for an American commitment to the project, Canada's Parliament approved the St. Lawrence Seaway Authority Act and the International Rapids Power Development Act in 1951. This massive infrastructure project transformed North American trade and transportation by connecting the Atlantic Ocean to the Great Lakes, allowing large ocean-going vessels to travel deep into the North America. The seaway allows for the efficient movement of goods like iron ore, grain, and petroleum, supporting supply chains and commerce throughout the region. The third largest seaway commodity is coal, moved chiefly from U.S. mines via the Welland Canal to Canadian steel mills and power plants. Another commodity that is significant because of its value rather than the amount moved. The seaway plays a significant part in the economies of both Canada and the U.S. Millions of tons of grain, steel, and other commodities are shipped along the route every year. Overall, the St. Lawrence Seaway stands as a testament to the collaborative spirit of the U.S. and Canada, emphasizing their shared economic ambitions and infrastructure development goals. The American share of the work consisted of dredging deep channels in the 68 miles of the Thousand Islands section of the river and of constructing 2 great locks and auxiliary facilities. A massive public works investment that involved the cooperation of both the Canadian and American governments. The project added locks and dams and deepened channels along the waterway between the Atlantic and the Great Lakes. The seaway quickly became a critical artery for trade. Today, cargo moving through this waterway supports $50.9 billion in U.S. economic activity and sustains over 356,858 jobs. Construction began in 1954, and the seaway officially opened in 1959. The project required immense effort, including digging new channels and modifying existing ones. The largest commodity moved is grain, from farms on Canada's prairies and in the American Midwest, shipped through the seaway at considerable savings. Major users of the seaway are vessels known as lakers.